Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Hello Neighbor and more specifically Hello Guest and the Hello Neighbor series as a whole. So let's just start. So there are 3 Hello Neighbor books, and 3 games, 4 if you count Secret Neighbor, which is an online multiplayer game, but it's not really part of the series that much. So most of my facts from this theory are from the books, and so I've read all 3. Many people don't know about the books though. So I guess we're gonna start with talking about the games. So the first game is Hello Neighbor. That's the original one. Everybody's played that one before. It's with the neighbor, you try to sneak into his house, and that's about it. And then there's Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, which is kind of like more about his kids, and it talks more about the the lore in the books and games. And then the last one is Hello Guest, which is the newest one. The beta or alpha is coming out June 13th, I think. Because if you go on tinyBuild's YouTube channel, they have a live stream set up to give more information on that. Saturday at 5. So this Saturday at 5. I don't know when this video is going to get out. Probably when I'm recording this is Friday, so I might get it out today. I'm not sure though. So that's pretty much about the books and games. That's all you need to know. Like when you start. So in the first book, you're this boy. Your name is Nicky, and your dad moves around a lot. His job is he works at a newspaper company, and he kind of moves around a lot. So you move into this house in Raven Brooks, and this is like newest house that you move into. And then across the house you see this huge, strange house, and of course that's the neighbors. And you see like this little kid flashing like a flashlight at you. So you wonder who it is. So the next day, you see him, and you start talking to him and stuff, and he tells you that he is the son of the neighbor, I guess. I don't even know what to call him. In the books, it gives the neighbor the name Mr. Peterson, because that's their last name, I guess. So we don't know his first name. All we know that they call him by Mr. Peterson. So his family, his wife, and his 2 kids, Aaron, I think so, and Maya, they're the brother and sister. And so Nicky becomes friends with them, and they both like to lockpick, I guess. They like to go around, they like to try on different locks and stuff. And this work kind of comes in Act 1, where he has to get the lockpick and get into the room with the wrench in the first game. So that kind of gives you some evidence. And these books are kind of based on the TV series that is coming out. If any of you saw that, the animated series, but I don't know. In my opinion, I think the books are better, so I would do the books instead. But if you want to watch the show instead, if you don't like to read or whatever, and that's good too. So the books I bought off of Amazon. So if you want to check out the books, I will leave a link in the description. So the next one, what can we talk about next? Oh yeah. So Aaron, he shows Nicky around like Raven Brooks, and he takes him to this called the Golden Apple Factory or whatever. And this is kind of like, there's a couple of golden apples in the games, I guess that's what they call it. But it's like this little like big company that sells these at stores and whatever. And then right near it, there's a old abandoned amusement park, because the neighbor used to be a theme park designer, and so like there's a abandoned like park. So the reason this theme park that the neighbor built is abandoned is because one of the rides malfunctioned and someone died on the ride. Her name was Lucy, I think, in the books, and turns out that she's friends with Maya, but we'll talk more about that later. She also has this little golden apple charm on her wrist, which Maya also has. So that's kind of how you found out that they were friends. So in the next, so he used to be the neighbor used to be a theme park designer. And everybody thinks he's like this bad person, and he loses his job, and he's already not feeling that good, and he's kind of acting weird, and his family can recognize that. But they just try not to let it bother them. So Nikki goes and spends the night with Aaron at his house, and he sees the neighbor kind of like, I don't know, sneaking around his own house, and I don't know, and he sees him walk in the basement, and just thinks it's kind of suspicious, but don't really tell us much else about that. So after that, pretty much after the mom goes to the store, and she gets in a wreck and dies, and so pretty much the neighbor and his kids got I guess the neighbor goes kind of crazy, and he doesn't spend as much time with his kids, and then nobody hears anything else about the neighbor and his kids after that happens. But Nikki wants to find out what has happened to Aaron and Maya, and then he thinks the neighbor kidnaps them, but it turns out that he actually just kept them in the basement, I guess, to keep them safe. I'll talk more about that later. So after that happened, the neighbors all he not spending as much time with his kids, and at one point they're playing on top of the roof, and then Aaron pushes Maya off the roof by accident, and this is where Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek comes at the end. If any of you have played that, that's what happens So after this event takes place, the neighbor gets even worse, and he locks his son Aaron in the basement, and so he can't hurt himself or anyone else. But Nikki really wants to find out what it is. So this in the third book, Nikki wants to go try to find Aaron in the neighbor's basement, because all his friends are wait on us before you go, because they were helping him try to get into the house. But he didn't want to wait. He wanted to go ahead and go. So he went, and he finally got in the basement. And when he finds Aaron, he turns around, and the neighbor's right there, and he locks him and Aaron in the basement. So that's pretty much where the third book ends. And so, I don't know, I guess lastly, we can talk about Hello Guest and how this fits in the timeline. So Hello Guest takes place after the neighbor's amusement park kind of fails, and they're trying to escape, I guess, is what I can kind of tell. And, because, I don't know, I guess is kind of what happens. The crow guy in the ads, I'm not really sure who that is. I'm going to have to try to figure that out. But that's about all I know about this game. When it comes out, I'm probably make another video, a follow-up video, kind of part 2. So tell me in the comments if you want to see a part 2. That's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, leave a like, and comment down below if you want to see a part 2. So see you guys next time. Bye.